Between the 1970s and 1980s, North Korea carried out one of the most disturbing state-sponsored crimes of the modern era, the systematic abduction of foreign citizens. Today, we're going to focus on the most heartbreaking case from Japan, the story of a 13-year-old girl named Megumi Yokota, whose disappearance would become the face of an international crisis that remains unresolved to this day.
And before we continue, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. With that, we can continue bringing interesting cases from Japan and Asia. Thank you. November 15th, 1977, started as an ordinary day in Niigata, a coastal city in western Japan. Megumi Yokota, a bright and cheerful 13-year-old junior high school student, went to school as usual. After badminton practice that evening, she began her walk home, a route she had taken countless times before. But Megumi never made it home. According to testimony from a former North Korean agent, on that dark evening, somebody grabbed her violently from behind. She was dragged into a boat, where she screamed and cried for her mother, clawing at the sides of the vessel until her nails bled. But there was no one to hear her. The boat was already heading across the Sea of Japan toward North Korea. Her parents, Shigeru and Saki Yokota, spent that night searching desperately for their daughter. The police launched what became the largest search operation in Niigata Prefecture's history. But Megumi had vanished without a trace, as if she had simply disappeared into another world.
For the Yokota family, the next 20 years were pure torment. They had no idea what had happened to their daughter. The police considered various theories, but the idea that North Korean agents were responsible seemed too far-fetched. The breakthrough came in January 1997, 20 years later. A journalist investigating disappearances called with shocking information. Their daughter had been abducted by North Korean agents. In March 1997, the Association of the Families of Victims Kidnapped by North Korea was established, with Shigeru Yokota as its leader. They collected 500,000 signatures, and media coverage grew dramatically. According to testimony from returned abductees, Megumi was taken to a facility where she was forced to learn Korean. She was assigned to teach Japanese language and culture to North Korean spies being trained to infiltrate Japan. In 1986, she married Kim Yong-nam, a South Korean abductee. In 1987, they had a daughter named Kim Hae-gyong. On September 17, 2002, Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi visited Pyongyang. North Korean leader Kim Jong-il made an unprecedented admission. His country had abducted Japanese citizens. He apologized and promised information about their fates. On October 15th, 5 Japanese abductees were returned after 24 years. But Megumi was not among them. North Korea claimed Megumi died by suicide in 1994 and provided cremated remains as proof. But DNA testing showed the remains belonged to someone else. The Yokota family rejected the claims, believing the evidence was fabricated. To this day, they believe Megumi is still alive in North Korea. Shigeru and Saki Yokota became the most recognized faces of Japan's abduction issue, campaigning tirelessly and meeting world leaders. In 2006, Saki met President George W. Bush. In 2017, President Trump mentioned Megumi at the United Nations. Shigeru passed away on June 5, 2020, at age 87, never having seen his daughter again. Today, Saki Yokota is 89 and the last living parent of all the abductees' families. In November 2025, she expressed her exhaustion. Why can't such an important matter be resolved? I feel completely exhausted now.
Megumi's case is the most famous, but she was far from alone. Let me briefly tell you about 5 other Japanese citizens who were abducted by North Korea. Yaeko Taguchi. She was a 22-year-old single mother who disappeared in June 1978 after leaving her 2 children at a Tokyo daycare. A North Korean agent later revealed Yaeko had been forced to teach Japanese to spies. North Korea claims she died in 1986, but her son continues to fight for her return. Her status remains unknown, likely still held in North Korea. Kaoru and Yukiko Hasui. On July 31, 1978, Kaoru Hasui, age 20, and Yukiko Okudo, age 22, were abducted from a beach in Niigata. They were married in North Korea and had 2 children. They were among the 5 abductees returned to Japan in October 2002, and their children joined them in 2004, and they are currently living in Niigata. Yasushi and Fuki Chimura. Both 23 when they were abducted on July 7, 1978, from a beach in Fukui Prefecture. They were married in North Korea and had 3 children. They were also among the 5 returned in 2002, with their children joining them in 2004, and they are currently living in Fukui Prefecture. Keiko Arimoto. A 23-year-old student was lured from London to Denmark in June 1983 and taken to North Korea. She reportedly married another abductee, Toru Ishioka, and had a daughter. North Korea claims all 3 died in 1988, but evidence has been proven false. She is believed to be alive in North Korea. Toru Ishioka and Kaoru Matsuki. Both men disappeared while traveling in Europe in May 1980. Toru Ishioka, 22, and Kaoru Matsuki, 26, were lured to Eastern Europe and taken to North Korea. North Korea claims both died in accidents, but DNA testing of returned remains proved the claims false. Both are believed to be alive in North Korea. The scale of North Korea's abduction program extends far beyond these individual stories. Japan officially recognizes 17 citizens as abduction victims, though it's estimated that hundreds more Japanese may have been taken. Only 5 have been returned. But Japan is just one victim of this systematic campaign. According to research organizations, North Korea has abducted citizens from at least 14 countries, including South Korea, the worst affected, with an estimated 3,800 people abducted since 1953, including around 84,532 taken during the Korean War. Lebanon, 4 women abducted in 1978. Thailand, multiple victims, including Anocha Panjoy. Romania, including Doina Bumbea, an art student. China/Macau. Several young women disappeared in 1978. Malaysia and Singapore. 5 young women vanished together in 1978. And reports from France, Italy, the Netherlands, Guinea, and Jordan. The total number of victims worldwide may be in the thousands.
Nearly 48 years have passed since Megumi Yokota was grabbed on her way home from school. She would be 60 years old today, if she's still alive. Her mother, Sakie, is 89 and continues to fight for answers, though time is running out. The abduction issue remains unresolved. 12 Japanese citizens officially recognized by the government have never returned home. Families continue to age, hope continues to fade, and North Korea continues to deny the truth. This is more than just a political issue. It's a profound humanitarian crisis that has robbed innocent people of their lives and families of their loved ones. And until these victims come home, justice remains denied.
So that's the story for today. What do you think? And do you have any other true crime that you want to hear? Leave in the comments. See you in the next video.